Hey everyone, it's Littlelolikat here, and I am back with another review. Woo! And if you can't tell, I'm still sitting here from last time in my lovely panda onesie with feet because I fail at putting hoods on apparently. Why is it inside out? There we go. I am a panda. This is how you should start every review, obviously. Let me be amused by my panda onesie. I like it's so big and puffy and comfy, and I've been like sleeping in it when it's like sleeping in a giant blankie of love. Anyway, so in today's review I am going to be reviewing cuddlz, which is one that pretty much everyone in the UK knows, and I know a lot of US people know, and I know a lot of people in Europe have tried them as well. And this one in particular is the all over cuddlz print, which has obviously the teddy bear that is apparently pulling his dip forward. It says cuddlz, it has stars and bottles, it has no front waistband. Does it have a back one? No, it does not. For some reason I thought it did. And these are one tabs, and I will say that everyone knows about my hatred of one tabs, but these are slowly not falling into it, strangely. Okay, and these were actually sent to me by ABDL Factory to do a review on, so I'm sorry it's taken a while, but stuff got in the way. So I will say cuddlz are like, how do you explain it? It's like, I think these are like the UK equivalent to Bambinos, where everyone who is an ABDL tried them, and for most people they were their first adult like ABDL dip, as opposed to like a medical or something like that, or a dry nice. So these were actually the very first type I tried, and the first time I tried them I put them on back to front and it was all quite a mess. And I could never quite get the tab right because it's got a single tab, which is quite large. They are reasonably sized, I would say. They don't have the blue they don't have the blue inside, so there is no excess sap in one area. But so I tried like 3 of them at the start, and then straight after trying them I got an order from ABDL Factory, and genuinely I actually did. I like went on and I was like, well, I made one order to Nappies R Us for my diapers, and then I went to ABDL Factory and got this huge selection of like pretty much everything to try, and it was beautiful, and there was rears in there, and nothing quite compares to rears when you first try them, especially because they were the older rears, so the older rears were much more puffy, and I think they used to be softer. I'm pretty sure they've changed supplier. So cuddlz are like one of those sort of like coming of age ones. They're not the thickest. They're not entirely like the cutest, but they do have bears, and it says baby, and it's got balls and stuff like that. So it can still feel quite little, and it's a one tab, which means that if you like one tabs, it's good. Although these ones, I will say, I can actually make sit properly without them falling down, so that is to their name. So for actual usage, they probably hold around the same as a Bambino, which isn't a lot, so probably about 3 wettings at most, 4 if you're really pushing it. And I really did try these out because like I was wearing them when I went away on holiday to the lodge for a weekend with friends, and everything went wrong, and there was a hospital visit and stuff like that. And because I thought we were just going to Morrison's, things was going to be fine, just going to run to Morrison's, grab some food, come back, and I was like, oh, I'll change when I come back. Nothing too bad. And then the mister fell down and broke his leg, and then we had to go to hospital, and we were out for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So they got well and truly tested. But I will say after 4 I was like, I am really like at the danger zone here, my teeth are swimming, I'm going to have to be careful. So 4 is, I would say, the utmost, most you could do, and I don't mean 4 floods, I mean just 4 wets in general, which is a shame. you can get these. I think they're one of the ones that you need to try, because there's like a bunch of different brands that I think everyone should sort of try ones from, and I will say that these do actually add to my little space. And I think when something adds to your little space more than it takes away from it, or if if something that you can only wet 4 times is okay and still adds to little space and doesn't take away from it and doesn't make you feel insecure, then I think that's quite a good sign for it. And I definitely encourage anything that would add to little space. It's also the fact that they're quite, it's got like the blue down here, but it's mostly white, and I think the mostly white designs are quite babyish. They do one that is just front panel design and the rest is plain white, so they do much more babyish designs. So these cost about, I think you can get a sample for £2.20 from factory, or they do full packs for about £16.80, which is pretty good. You can't really argue with that. Although from what I've seen, Cuddlz have been slowly getting rid of this design. I think they're starting to replace it with the all over nursery print, which is the green one. So if I were you and you wanted to try these out, or if you thought these were cuter, which I think they are a little bit cuter than the all over nursery design, I would stock up. Basically, I would stock up. They are worth a try. Don't expect wondrous things from them, obviously, but they are babyish, they are white, they are fairly soft. They're not the softest, they're not the puffiest, but they are a good starter for anyone. And the fact that they are so thin means that they are really, really subtle in public. They are a bit noisy, but they are very easily hideable, which is very much to their name. I just had a hiccup. Anyway, I'm trying not to hiccup, I'm sorry. So I will leave a link down below to check them out. Definitely worth a shot. And thank you to Factory who sent me these a while ago. I'm sorry once again that it took so long. I have just not been well enough to do reviews. But definitely give them a try out, because they are worth a shot, especially the fact that they are subtle, they are little inducing, and they are public friendly, so you can wear them in public and get away with it. Yeah. My sleeves are too long. Okay, I will talk to you all later. Bye everyone.